The energy associated with this solar eclipse and eclipse season in general has the potential to change everything. Hello, my lovely lights. My name is Chastity, aka the LuminaryLunaBeams, and I want to welcome you to my channel. If you're new, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. You always brighten my day. So, guys, I just wanted to hop on here real fast and kind of talk about some of the key points associated with the upcoming new moon solar eclipse that is occurring. Actually, I think I'm scheduling this video for 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it starts in about 2 hours. If you get to check out this video beforehand, this is your heads up. But if you missed the solar eclipse and you're watching this after, no worries, because this energy will be lingering for a while. So we're going to talk about the cosmic energy associated with the solar eclipse and some current world conditions and my intuitive view. And I kind of want to validate some things and actually spark a little bit more thought about something I talked about in my last prediction video. So if you're wondering how that kind of all ties in together, please stick around to the end. Hopefully it'll make some more sense, or at least provoke some intuition of your own. I am a psychic medium and an astrologer that specializes in the paranormal and spiritual guidance. So if you have not come across any of my videos before, definitely welcome to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I have new topics coming, basically based on the paranormal stuff, kind of like what I do for Lights at Midnight, the podcast that I host alongside Emily, the Fine Art Medium. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to hit the notification bell and receive updates on when I post new content. And I also want to welcome all my new subscribers. I certainly appreciate you all. There is something that I would like to do, and if anyone is interested in participating before I actually start sharing the information about the solar eclipse, is I want to start opening space in some of my videos, which means basically bringing in spirit for those that choose to participate. It's kind of just opening a space for clarity and, kind of like a space where it's a little bit of meditative practice, and also too spiritual protection and stuff, especially as I move forward in some of my paranormal stuff. It's not always necessary, but opening space can be a powerful thing, and it allows you to get the messages and the intent that you need out of my messages from spirit too. So if anybody wants to kind of join in, I'll probably put timestamps on this video down below. You can choose to skip over this, or you can listen and participate. So we're going to open up space. And if you are doing anything involving, I guess you could say, driving or anything like that, I wouldn't recommend doing this because it is kind of like a brief, slight meditation. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and open up space. So I ask our guides, as we all collect together here, to step forward and open space for those that choose to participate. We come in gratitude and from a place of love as we focus in together to receive clarity and validation for the messages that are about to be shared. May everyone that is listening get exactly what they need from this message and help them move forward with confidence and inner knowing, with the hope and the help from spirit to guide us through these great times of change. All right, I'm going to leave that there for now and go ahead and move on to the solar eclipse. So hopefully we can all get a little clarity through these times, because times are kind of challenging right now. And I'm going to talk about that too. And hopefully we all can try to live in the vibration of love as much as possible, because that's what the world really, really needs. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the solar eclipse. So the eclipse is happening today, and it starts around 11:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is today is October 14th, 2023, and it is occurring at the sign of Libra at 21 degrees. Now, I want you to hang on to that part, the Libra part especially, because it has something interesting to do with my prediction video. So hold on to that bit of information. But this is a collective message, first and foremost. It's kind of like a collective message and astrological impressions. And I want to talk about how we can individually make use of this huge cosmic shift. I'm going to go ahead and share some brief details about it. October and November are huge months, energetically and astrologically. And astrologically, really, astrologers have been talking about this specific time frame for years now. Not only do eclipse eclipse season mean change, this particular season is really about that division. And I know I've talked about this here, probably more than likely, and I've definitely talked about it on the podcast, that I've just felt like this dividing line among people and among nations and just the world, it's all kind of coming to a head, and it speaks about this in the astrology. The new moon solar eclipse, in general, it represents great transformation and change, and currently there are other planetary aspects at play that amplify and support this energy. Pluto being the main planet right now, it is in a T-square with the north and south node, which again are mathematical points that represent certain positions of the moon, the highest and the lowest points mathematically that it goes in the sky. And Pluto is the planet of regeneration, transformation, rebirth, and it also represents death, destruction, and the underworld, affecting both our past, which is represented by the south node, and our future, which is represented by the north node. That calls for radical change, and this is where the two paths are put in front of us. And also, too, this is on an individual and a collective basis. As an individual, we can experience this in any part of our life. That includes relationships, our career, spirituality, our finances, and more. If you have any planets, access points, nodes, or anything that falls between 27 and 29 degrees of any cardinal sign, which includes Aries, Cancer, Libra, or Capricorn, then you will feel this change the most in whatever house and sign that it falls in. So if you have an Aries planet at 27 degrees in the second house, this could be representing a change in your finances. Maybe you'll be taking the lead at a job or something like that. There's all kinds of ways that this can affect us, and that's why this is so important right now. We're all going to feel this energy, some just a little bit more than others. Even if you do not have any type of planetary bodies that fall within those parameters, you are certainly faced with some sort of decision to make, big decision, kind of life-altering in some cases between now and the end of the year. And this can look different for everyone. We're all at some type of pivoting point, and we're going to be given a path to choose for moving forward, and whichever path you choose will directly affect us for years to come. The astrological season right now is setting us up for years to come. And, I can't express how important it is, and this is one of the reasons I'm making this video, to choose wisely when you are making your choices over the next 3 months, because there is an energetic resonance that we send out to the universe, and we're going to continually get that back. Now, with that being said, this makes time for a great opportunity for those of us that want to make changes in our life in the right direction. This is not all doom and gloom. Again, with endings do come new beginnings, and now's the time to really let things fall away that no longer serve you and move forward on the path that you want to live. Take the steps in the direction that you want your life to go. That is probably one of the most important messages of this whole video. Make sure this Saturday you take the time to do your new moon stuff. Some people do different rituals. Some people just have what they like to call habits or things, take a shower, sage your house, write down your intentions, meditate, journal, and most importantly, try to find time to rest today. If you have the luxury of resting all day and making it about your future growth, it would be very beneficial, because now is the time to set your intentions for what you want to see. Where do you want to plant the seeds in your life? Where do you want to invest in your life? Now is the time to, at least take a step in the right direction. You don't have to have it all figured out, but if you already got a good plan, now's the time to put that pen to paper and make a plan. So, as a nation, America's actual astrology chart, which is based on the day of our independence, we have some interesting things that are happening. This lunar eclipse is taking place in the second house, which is related to finances, and it's in Capricorn, which interestingly enough is related to things like the Constitution and politics. Not to mention everything that's going on with the wars overseas. Needless to say, the whole world is on edge as we watch things literally unfold. And we definitely want, to touch on this shortly. But I guess I'll touch on that in a little bit. But I want to go ahead and finish out the information about the solar eclipse, because I got a few things I want to say about this. Overall, the cosmic energy supports basically turning a new leaf, and it'll be important to simplify and focus on what we want out of life and recognize who we've become. I mean, honestly, you may have noticed that over the last 6 months, you might even be a totally different person. Your perception is changing rapidly. If you can relate, let me know down in the comments below, because things are changing fast. I personally feel it. Time feels like it's flying. And honestly, we might get supercharged into next year before we know it. We get to choose. Basically, this dividing line is we get to choose between fear and love. Do you want to be a victim to your life, or do you want to be empowered by the things that happen to you? Is this a growth period for you? Ask yourself these questions today and even throughout the weekend. Whatever you choose, again, it's going to follow you for years to come. So please, my dear friends, take the time to really think about the choices you have in front of you and consider whatever you choose to be chosen from a place of love, purity, and most of all, clarity. Super important. If you want to find out how the solar eclipse is affecting you, you can definitely check out where 21 degrees of Libra falls in your chart. Whatever house and astrological sign that falls in can tell you more about how to expect certain changes coming in your life. I'm going to leave that there because I have a few more things I want to talk about in this video, so it's not extremely long. But I will say, if anybody's interested in booking a full monthly lunar astrology session with me, I can kind of help you determine how this eclipse season will affect you. You can always email me at the LuminaryLunaBeams@gmail.com, or even drop me a comment down below, and I can give you a link on how to set up a time with me, and we can actually look into your astrological chart. I'll be doing a full reading on myself personally, because I want to know how to ride this cosmic wave. And I also, it'd be a good time to mention that I've added past relative channelings to my services list. So I do have a specific set of services, and now I'm doing past relative channelings, and it's only in 30-minute sessions though. So if you're interested in receiving any information, I have a brochure with all the information through all the services that I offer. Again, you can contact me at the LuminaryLunaBeams@gmail.com. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm trying to choose love as much as possible, because love is what we need right now to boost the vibration of, the things going on around us and the people. There's a lot of challenging times right now, not just here in America, of course, but all around the world. All right, so now we've discussed a little bit about the cosmic energy of the upcoming solar eclipse. I kind of want to take a little jump back to my last prediction video and further discuss the information that I shared about the war in Jerusalem and why I think Spirit kept repeating over and over to me again the word dark horse. So, in my last prediction video back in July of this year, I believe, one of the things that Spirit told me was there would be a war or an attack on Jerusalem. Now, honestly, when I was channeling this information, it come in as Jerusalem and Israel. I just wrote down Jerusalem. It's one of those times I could kick myself in the ass for not writing it all down. But that's only my second prediction video. I've never really shared my predictions publicly until the beginning of this year. It's something I think I'm going to do a little bit more of, only when I'm called to do it by Spirit, though. But I really think this is a reflection of what Spirit was trying to say. And I really think that the ultimate goal would be to take down Jerusalem. I think they're going after it. I could be wrong, but I'm going to stick to my guns on that. And, I just wish I'd have been a little more clear, but it's neither here nor there. Tons of suffering going on over there. And trust me, I know how the media is. I do not fall for the media's games. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a different way as well. I'm not trying to make this a very negative video, but I just think it's some things that we need to talk about. Alrighty, so let's see. The part about the dark horse. This is what makes sense to me now, because honestly, I had to do a little bit of research because I kind of knew about the dark horse and the meaning, but I really wanted to get an idea of what it meant. I felt like it had a deeper meaning. So, if you don't know, a dark horse is known as someone with the skills. Basically, they do not display. They do not show the world their skills. And they could be considered the underdog, but they actually have great potential to win. Biblically, it's known as the third horseman. And the black horse is the one that carries famine. And the rider actually carries a scale that represents balance and rationing in times of great economic failure. And it also represents justice. And oddly enough, I found a correlation in I do astrology, but I'm not the type of astrologer that's months ahead on the astrology game. Honestly, I do it probably month by month at best. Maybe one day I'll get my life together and do better, but I just honestly saw this correlation. The correlation between the dark horse and the scales and everything is the fact that the solar eclipse is in Libra, which is also represented by the scales. And, the scale, the lady holding the scales for Libra, which represents the same thing. Astrologers are talking about how this is such a pivoting point that's occurring Saturday in terms of solar eclipses. And if you know anything about astrology, it's pretty much right on point, but it's also up to interpretation. So this is just my interpretation that the fact that the solar eclipse blocks out the sun, the dark horse, I'm not saying the end times are coming. I'm just saying the fact that it represents famine and balance and justice and economic failures. I find it interesting that this eclipse is taking place in the second house of finances for the United States specifically, dealing with politicians and bringing justice, with the Libra coming in Capricorn. It's just something seems amiss. It's almost like something's going to happen. Something big's going to happen. And famine is already occurring throughout the world, but it just makes me wonder. And that's another reason I wanted to, get this video out. I would like to have got it out yesterday, but I had a few readings and dealing with clients and stuff, and that's my main priority. And I wish I could have, but, really, again, I'm not saying that we are in the time of tribulation. Some people disagree that it's coming, and I'm not sure exactly how I interpret all that, because it's a time of change, and that's kind of what we're in. I would not be surprised if we see some type type of like economic downfall, especially going towards the end of the year. And I would not be surprised if the United States decides to partner up with Israel, because they already are sending ships and everything, overseas, or they already there actually, in support of Israel. And I wouldn't be surprised if we end up actually declaring war ourselves in this situation somehow, some way. And this is kind of where things get a little weird, if you want to think about it in terms of war, you can think about it in terms of the economy. This is going to hurt the economy, especially. Again, I'm not trying to fearmonger here, but I just feel like something big is going to happen. The effects collectively will be felt worldwide. Now, keeping that in mind, the Dark Horse meeting, I'm going to go as far to say that some persons or a country is going to kind of like come out of nowhere and kind of either choose war or peace or love or fear. And there might be a blindsiding by a country. I find it interesting too. They've been using the term 9/11 associated with this attack. And it's not that I have an agree or disagree. It has nothing to do with that. I'm just bringing perspectives of both sides just to kind of make you all think a little bit. Probably more, I know many of y'all probably are, but maybe some of y'all haven't, heard the news on some of this. I'm sure you've heard about Israel, but just kind of wanted to put that out there. And if you apply that theory to your life as well, so now we were talking about nation or nationwide, worldwide, but if you apply that theory to your life, it doesn't have to all be bad things, but you can about bet on something coming out of nowhere in a positive or negative way. Over the next month, if not by the end of the year, it's going to be something life-changing. So honestly, I feel that the dividing line is coming. I've been feeling it for at least a year now, and something's about to happen for sure. There are already protests in New York against and for what is happening overseas. I'm going to try not to use the same words over and over again because I know YouTube gets kind of funny with some of these things, but I'm sure y'all can follow me. And, we already had, there was a call for a worldwide jihad. So, if anything's going to happen wild and crazy, it's going to happen this weekend. So my friends, ultimately this weekend, be safe and choose love over fear and over hate. Honestly, choose light. Make strong choices with your discernment, and spirit will never give you more than you can handle, and they have never steered me wrong. Although I hope that things, that I stated really aren't the case. I can say that I felt a strong urge to come on here and share my intuitive thoughts about this and astrological impressions. What I found out the last couple days about the correlations between my last prediction video and the upcoming solar eclipse, I just felt like it was something I wanted to share. So raising your own vibration, it can really help raise the vibration of those that are around you, those that come in direct contact with you. And it sounds so simple, but it really kind of is. It's simple and complex at the same time. It is somewhat easy and it is free. Laughs are free, okay? And times are hard for all of us in one way, shape, or form. Like, we're all feeling this. For the most average Americans, we're struggling just to make ends meet and to eat currently. I would say if I bought exactly what I needed at the grocery store, it would be at least double my mortgage payment. So I know everybody can relate to that. To me, there's many people in famine right now, in one form or another. So, I'm going to leave that there. And I just wanted to kind of give a little reminder about something. And this is what Spirit pushed me to share. And it's not necessarily negative. Let's just say it's a message. And I'm going to be kind of candid when I say this. And this is something I've said again on Lights at Midnight. And I just want to, share this here too. And this is a message that Spirit gave to me and something that's been shown to me. And a lot of people see this. It's more of a conspiracy theory, but I do not believe that one at all, because the powers that be, we'll just say that, they use magic, they use astrology, and they use psychics to help them to determine their next move. Period. Yes, you heard me right. This is not a secret. Things like this have been released to the public. And I'm not going to go too deep into this theory that many people actually have, but I know I'm not the only one that feels that way. You can search Daddy Google for this information in Reddit topics and stuff like that, but there are no mistakes or coincidences in life. I've learned that along my spiritual journey and my connection with Spirit. And if I've learned one thing, harnessing my gifts and everything, that coincidences do not exist. It's destiny. Certain things are destined to happen. Now, with that being said, astrology lays out a pretty good foundation for understanding the past, the present, and the future. And honestly, these days, even some people use astrology to locate missing people, and they've been successful at it, actually. Like, they've got it really close. Now, that kind of astrology is a little bit above what I have ever tried to accomplish, maybe one day, but it is a very real thing that is happening right now. You can look years ahead and interpret astrology. So ask yourself, what better way to manifest what you want in life than to get a kind of idea of what cosmic energies will be at play to support your manifestation goals. So when you have unlimited funds, unlimited time, and resources at your hands, why would people not use these things, psychics, astrologers, and magic, because magic is very, very real, to your advantage? So you hear talks of different agendas among those that have like worldly powers and stuff, and in terms of darkness and deceit. I'm not saying all of it's used that way, but there are certain powers at be that do try to sway us. And I am very positive that certain types of people do use that kind of stuff to their advantage, to basically put things in motion to make stuff happen. And again, I told you I was going to be very candid about this. I know some people are like, you're crazy. No, really just take the time and think about it. If you're already on this channel and you're listening to me, I'm a psychic medium that specializes in the paranormal, spiritual guidance. This is just a statement. What makes someone think that couldn't be real? Just for anybody that might be second guessing, and it's understandable. We're all entitled to our own opinion. But yeah, this is the message from Spirit that I've gotten this week, and it's really, honestly, in a nutshell, it's to remind all of us that no matter how hard certain powers at be try to push for change, or how hard they try to trigger, let's just say, the end times, it will never be on their timeline, because our timeline is predestined and they are not God. There, I said it. That was in a nutshell. I probably could have just said that and left it there. But yeah, manifestation does work in magic. It's real, very, very real. And magic is nothing more than energy manipulation with intent. And if you choose to hold, and whatever items you choose that have metaphysical value, that's magic. There is a little more to it naturally. There's a lot more to it, but just in a nutshell, there are people in this world that try to manipulate cosmic energy to the max. And it's a very good time to remind you all that cosmic energy is not positive or negative. It is literally just present and there for the taking. And it's up to the individual on how they perceive it and how they want to manifest the things around them. Manifestation is thought and action. Thought is energy. Action is energy. And you double that with cosmic energy and you have that working in your favor, things really do happen. I've done it myself. I know other people that have done it. And that's why it's always important to choose love. because that's how you have evil in this world, honestly. Our perception is 9/10 of reality. And if we perceive everything that's happening to us in life in a negative light, then we will absolutely attract negative vibrations and vice versa, positive vibrations. It is a universal law. So guys, I'm going to stop there and get off my soapbox. I did not want this video to be this long, but I had some things I needed to say. And, enough rambling. I just wanted to share, my perceptions and intuitive messages, and spirits really pushed me to get this out. I know it's a little different than my normal content, but it's important, I feel, and I wanted to share it with you all. I just want to make my subscribers aware, of the big changes that are coming and the opportunity now to start manifesting things that you want in life. With when you come from a place of purity and love, it's obtainable. It's 100% obtainable. It's part of your higher purpose. Some people are just going to feel this more than others. And I think everybody needs to buckle up and keep your eyes open and your head on a swivel. Honestly, look, be vigilant. Take time to really think about your actions and your decisions over the next 3 months. They're going to affect you for a good while. As a collective, I feel there will definitely be some big shift happening within the next week. There's going to be more, but we're all so burnt out, and we're all so we can't even be surprised anymore. They're talking about Bigfoot and aliens, and nobody gives a shit, So it's like, what else? Okay, what else can come our way? But that also means that we're desensitized. So Spirit just told me it's important this week to ground yourself. Practice some grounding techniques. And I have thought about bringing a little bit of meditation to my channel, with music and stuff. I'm working with my audio professional, aka my fiance, to help me get, because he makes music and stuff. I'm trying to get him to get me some really dope medication. Well, that's actually interesting because they call it meds, your meditation meds. So I'm trying to get him to do that for all of us, and I might actually do that one day. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know. And that's all I really have for you guys today. But if you're interested again in booking any of my services, I am working quite a bit on the weekends now, and I've included a list of my services here on the screen. I'll do that somewhere within this video, maybe a couple times. So feel free to give it a pause and take a read. Again, you can message me at the LuminaryLunaBeams at gmail.com. All the information's in the description box down below. If you found my content valuable, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Leave me a comment on your thoughts about this upcoming solar eclipse. And don't forget, guys, again, I have a podcast called Lights at Midnight that I host with Emily, the Fine Art Medium. We just wrapped up season 1, 30 full episodes. We're super proud of it. It follows the vibrational scale from the paranormal to basically becoming haunted people to psychic mediums. And we teach you all along the way. You will learn something if you listen to that podcast. I poured my heart into that podcast, and there is a lot, a lot of knowledge there. And you can see how we spiritually grew along the way. So honestly, it took a while to complete Lights at Midnight, but we're getting ready to start season 2. Dun, dun, dun. So Emily and I got to get ready for that. So until next time, guys, love and light. Peace out, and I'll talk to you soon.